Hi, I'm Kevin,
I'm Omar.
And I'm Luccas.
and today we're here to demo our VR final project, which we call 1-1. So, the goal of this project was to replicate the very first stage of the classic Super Mario Bros. Game, and we chose the first stage because it's famous for being one of the best tutorial levels in a video game, and because it's one of the most recognizable video game levels in history.
Just like in the original game, the player's main objective is to reach the castle at the end of the level. And in order to do that, they'll have to jump through various pits, avoid Goombas, and jump over pipes and blocks to make the game more. And in order to make the game more interesting, we provided a secondary objective, which is to gain a high score. In the game, the way you gain a score is by either destroying blocks or hitting question blocks in order to gain coins. The coins each increase your score by 100 points. So the more bricks you destroy and the more coins you collect, the higher your score becomes.
Let's talk about the user interface. Since we no longer have access to the VR equipment, we had to change our control scheme to utilize the keyboard and the mouse. The player uses the WASD keys or the arrow keys to walk around. You press F to jump, and you can use your mouse to move around and rotate the cameras. However, if we did have a working VR headset, we would be able to use head tracking to move the virtual camera with the player's head. Furthermore, the analog stick on the Oculus Touch would be used to move Mario forward, backward, left, and right in the virtual world.
Okay, so let's jump into some gameplay.
Okay, so as what was seen there, the character collected a coin, which would add to their score. And above them right now are blocks. When the character hits one of the brick blocks, it disappears. And when the character hits a question block, it becomes the brown block seen in the normal Mario game. Both of these give coins to the players.
The Goomba objects or obstacles all act in the same way. We wrote a script that has the Goomba move left and right by having it check whether it collides with certain game objects. The script when the Goomba collides with invisible walls from left and right will have the Goomba change their direction when they move. So when it hits the left wall, the Goomba is to move itself towards the right wall, and vice versa. That script can also teleport the player back to the starting point to emulate the player hitting a Goomba, dying, and starting over at the beginning.
Alright, and then next, we're gonna have some bottomless pits. So, if we fall into a bottomless pit, we'll eventually collide with the death plane, and that teleports us back to the beginning. The logic of this is very similar to the Goomba, where hitting a collider teleports us back to the beginning. So, we'll speedrun this level just to get to the end, avoiding the Goombas. Let's just hit some question blocks to get some score. And when we walk into the castle, we get the winning music, and we see our score. So this is the endgame room. It's just like a dark room that shows our score, and the score is based on the number of coins that we collected. So every coin is worth 100 points. So since we collected 9 coins, we got a score of 900. Okay. So let's talk about the backend.
So in terms of backend features, most of our implementation for the game was pretty straightforward. But one of the main parts where we were able to use features that we had already built early on was when creating the blocks, because both of the blocks use the same base script as the coin that gives the player points and declares a trigger once it's been hit. The main difference between the blocks and the coins is that while the brick block and the coin both disappear when they're hit, the question block instead just changes textures to that well-known brown texture from the original Mario game.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that is our demo, so thank you for watching.